to GVTV. I'm Andy Ireland.
And I'm Joe Madersky. Grandview seeks to alleviate its housing crunch. Framing is near complete and roofing has started on Grandview's new on-campus housing. Anticipating a July completion, construction of the 38,000 square foot building is ahead of schedule. The building will house sophomores in suite-style apartments. Each unit will have the capacity for 4 students in separate doubles. Each apartment will also have a large living area and 1 bathroom. We expect students to be moving in the fall of 2007. Students have been informed of their new housing options, and a steady buzz can be heard around campus.
The childhood dream of Brian Emmett was crushed last week by the IRS. Emmett won a trip to outer space by answering a series of questions. It turns out he'd have to report the $138,000 dream as income. That means he would owe around $25,000 in taxes. Space tourism companies have been partnering with large corporations in recent years to hold contests such as the Oracle Corporation's contest that Emmett won. But the financial burden has proven to be too large to send anybody to outer space just yet.
The Grandview Bookstore has reached a milestone. Eric Link has been following the story. Eric?
Thanks, Joe. The Grandview Bookstore is celebrating a 2-year anniversary for their convenience store. Since the convenience store opened in February of 2005, bookstore traffic has doubled. Steve Couchman, bookstore manager, describes even more changes.
We adjusted our hours Monday through Thursday to be open until 9 o'clock to allow people to use this, athletes, commuter students. It coincides with Stack's Deli being open till 9 as well.
To mark this occasion, the bookstore is having a sale on clothing and other items in the month of February. Joe?
Welcome back to GVTV. I'm Joe Madersky. Grandview faculty has found a new way to relieve work stress. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a group of teachers practice yoga in Luther Memorial Church. The faculty members try to better themselves through mind, body, and spirit. Michelle Roos and Irene Foss are the only people attending yoga sessions right now, but they hope more people will strive in the quest of total body balance in the future. You can join them in the basement of Luther Memorial Church every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 2 p.m.
The dead body of a stowaway was found in the front wheel well of a British Airways 747. The pilot found the mail during a routine inspection before the return flight to London. The cause of death is still pending. The body of a young man from Senegal was found in a jetliner's wheel well on January 12th. It was determined that he had suffocated inside the tight space. Future student leaders are approaching a deadline. With more on the story, here's Ami Solinger.
Thanks, Andy. February 9th is the last day to sign up for a student leadership application. There are many positions available, such as SAC positions, student ambassadors, admissions ambassadors, and also student ministries. If you have a question of where to put them, to turn them in, you can go to the Student Life Center, which is located by the bookstore and also Stack's Deli.
Amy, just who can apply for a leadership position?
Andy, Kent Shornack, who is the Director of Leadership and Counseling at Grandview, says that anyone can apply for this, any kind of position. All they ask is to be have some communication skills, organizational skills, and also people skills. Back to you, Andy.
All right, thanks, Amy. And we'll be right back.
Welcome back to GVTV. Special Olympians and Grandview students participated in Breaking Through 2007, Grandview's winter fundraiser. Following varsity men's and women's basketball games, the Special Olympians took to the court. During the game, a silent auction was held, with benefits going to the Special Olympics. After the game, Grandview held a slam dunk contest, where contestants were judged not only on their ability to throw it down, but also the size and liveliness of their cheering section. The event was a success, and the Special Olympic group is looking forward to next year.
Nearly 100 bodies have been uncovered in Guatemala. Hurricane Stan battered the area in 2005, killing over 800 people. The village where the bodies were found was decimated by a landslide that killed over 250 people. Authorities called off the initial search for the bodies, designating the area a burial ground. However, the families of the victims protested the ruling and are now starting to hold long overdue funerals for their relatives. Local officials expect to find at least 50 more bodies.
Reporting from the office of the Grand Views, Tim Burrow. Tim, what's going on?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up this week in the Grandviews, there will be a review of the Bud's Place musical extravaganza. There will be photos of Hillary Clinton's recent visit to Des Moines, photos of KCCI anchor Kevin Cooney's recent visit to the Grandview campus. There will also be information on the Multicultural Fair and the Grandview's new instrumental ensemble. That's what's happening in this week's edition of the Grandviews. Back to you, Joe.
Thanks, Tim. Grandview TV will be right back.
Welcome back to GVTV. I'm Andy Ireland. A New Jersey high school is randomly drug testing its students to see who drinks on the weekends. High school has passed a new policy to randomly test students' urine to detect who has consumed alcohol in the last 80 hours. Students who test positive will receive counseling and their parents will be notified. However, the students will not be kicked off any sporting teams or extracurricular activities.
2,000-point career scorers have helped the Grandview men's basketball team to a strong conference start. Todd Lawrenson and Marcus T. have each reached the 1,000-point milestone in their senior year. Both players have been noted for being tremendous leaders on and off the court. Currently, the team is hovering around 500 in the conference and hopes to capture the conference title. Coaches say the team is practicing hard and playing well. The seniors are stepping up and have taken ownership of the team. Our hard-nosed defense is making it difficult for other teams to beat us.
And with more on the sports scene, here's Ben Williams.
Andy, I spoke with Lou Yasinich, Director of Athletic Advancement and the baseball coach here at Grandview, and surprisingly, he said that football has attempted to come to Grandview in the past. As a matter of fact, in the 1970s, the 80s, as well as the 90s. What stopped it was something known as the feasibility research. This feasibility test is something that looks at things such as academics at the college. It looks at if there's how the financial situation is at the school, as well as comparisons with similar colleges. As of right now, it looks like there's finally been a match with this feasibility research and Grandview College, so therefore it looks like Grandview will be having a football team. Matter of fact, Coach Yasinich said that as soon as June or July of 2008, we will be hiring a new coach with the first football season to begin that fall. Back to you, Andy.
Ben, what's the coach's opinion on the new program?
Well, I asked Coach Yasinich about the pros and the cons, and he said there's actually no cons. He saw only pros. It's a benefit. He stated things such as an increase in school spirit, higher enrollment based on the male athletes that will be coming, as well as more on-campus involvement. Back to you, Andy.
All right, thanks, Ben, and thank you for joining us.
This has been GVTV. Goodbye.